Once upon a time, in a small town, there was a boy named Lucas. He wasn't perfect. In fact, he made a lot of mistakes. Every time he made a mistake, it felt like the world was crashing down. It made him feel worthless. It made him feel like a failure. One day, Lucas went to his grandmother's house. She was very old, but full of wisdom. She had a garden full of flowers, and every flower had a story. Lucas loved visiting her, but this time, he wasn't feeling like himself. His shoulders were slumped, his eyes were dull. "Grandma," he said softly, "I've made so many mistakes. I feel like I'm not good enough." His grandmother looked at him with kind eyes. "Lucas," she said, "do you know that flowers don't blame themselves when they lose a petal?" Lucas was confused. "What do you mean, Grandma?" "Well," she smiled, "flowers, like people, change. They grow, they lose petals, but they don't stop being flowers. A flower doesn't stop being beautiful just because it has a broken petal. Neither should you." Lucas sat quietly thinking. Grandma always had a way of making things clearer. "You see," she continued, "you are not your mistakes. Just because you make a mistake doesn't mean you are one. You are like a flower. Every day you grow, you learn, and you change. And that is beautiful." Lucas didn't quite understand yet. "But Grandma," he said, "I can't stop thinking about the mistakes I made. They're always in my head." Grandma nodded, as if she'd been expecting this. She led him outside to the garden. There, in the corner, was an old, tall tree. Its trunk was thick and covered in rough bark. Some branches were broken, some had scars, but the tree still stood strong. "Look at that tree," Grandma said. "It has seen storms, wind, and rain. It has scars, but it's still here. It's still growing. It hasn't let its past stop it. And neither should you." Lucas looked at the tree. "I see it, Grandma, but how do I stop feeling bad about what I did?" She smiled again. "You need to remember this. Mistakes are not who you are. They're what you do. And what you do doesn't define you. What you become does. Every day is a new chance to grow, to learn, to be better." Lucas felt something shift inside him. The weight in his chest started to feel lighter. He began to understand. Mistakes weren't the end. They were just moments, small pieces of his story. As they walked back to the house, Grandma asked, "Do you know what the most important part of a story is?" Lucas thought for a moment. "Is it the beginning or the ending?" "No," she said gently. "It's the middle. The part where the character learns, grows, and changes. The mistakes are part of that. They help you become who you're meant to be. You are not your mistakes, Lucas. You are the lessons you learn from them." Lucas smiled. For the first time in a while, he felt like he was on the right path. Later that week, Lucas had to make a difficult decision. He had failed his math test. He could either give up or try harder next time. He remembered Grandma's words, "Mistakes don't define me. What I do after matters." So he studied. He worked harder. And when the next test came, he did better. Not perfect, but better. And that was enough. Because just like the tree, Lucas knew that every mistake was a chance to grow. So here's the thing. You are not your mistakes. Everyone makes them. Even the most successful people have failed, but they don't give up. They learn. They keep going. Think about it. Imagine you're walking down a road. You trip, you fall. Do you sit there on the ground, crying and saying, "I'm just a failure"? Or do you stand up, dust yourself off, and keep walking? The choice is yours. Mistakes are like bumps in the road. They can slow you down, but they don't stop you. You can always get back up. You can always keep going. And every time you do, you become stronger, wiser, and better. So remember this: you are not your mistakes. You are the person you choose to become, and you can become anything. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, every mistake is just another step on the path to becoming your best self. See you in the next story.